welcome back to my doll collecting channel. My name is Sophia and today I'm going to be talking about my 2025 collection goals. I honestly don't know who I saw first. I've just seen so many people do this video and I had planned this video last year. I will let you know I am filming this on like January 5th, but I have already edited and scheduled some videos, so this is going to be about halfway through January when it actually comes out. There are so many videos that are perfect for the start of the year, and I try to film at least once a week. I try to release on Fridays or on the weekend at some point because I did my All My Dolls video, very first video of the year to celebrate my 4 years on YouTube, and I have some other releases as well, my January monthly doll collection update, and then this video, I have a haul that I filmed. So yes, lots of exciting things going on in the channel. But let's get started with the 2025 collection goals. I don't have very many goals in my doll collection right now. I am actually very happy with the collection I have right now, doll-wise. I have lots of dolls, not to the point where it's too many, but I do feel like I'm at a good spot, and if I got any more dolls, I would have to rearrange the shelves and it would be a little bit chaotic. So I'm probably not going to get another doll for a while, and maybe that leads into my first collection goal because these are not in any particular order. But the very first thing that is a goal in my collection is getting more clothing, because I feel like I don't have enough clothing for each doll in each era and each historical time, and I make a lot of my doll clothes, but I feel like it's hard to like pick a doll and make a bunch of clothes for her if I keep on buying a new doll. So I'm gonna take a pause on dolls for a little while and going to focus on making clothes for the dolls, probably pick a doll and then make a bunch of clothes for her. For example, right now behind the camera, I am working on creating armor for my Paladin character, Verity Justice, and I'm doing a YouTube short thing for that. It's gonna post it on my Instagram as well. Just kind of the short form video of creating that armor piece. And then I'm definitely gonna post on YouTube for you all to see. I've been posting my progress for my Dungeons and Dragons characters. I have a video already up where I have horns for my Tiefling character, who's also the Paladin character. So I have two custom dolls that I'm going to turn into two of my Dungeons and Dragons characters. So first we have Betty, who's my half-orc fighter, who you can see behind me here. So here she is kind of wearing this a little bit adventurer outfit. She has like the boots from the World Traveler outfit, these kind of animal print pajamas, this sweater because it's cold out, and then this kind of cute hairstyle with the braids at the front. So just practicing different fantasy hairstyles. And I'm going to add kind of like elf ears to her. How I play her in my Dungeons and Dragons campaign, I'm still new to Dungeons and Dragons, but the group that I play with, she is a half-orc fighter, and I'm definitely gonna give her like elf ears, like pointed ears. I saw a video on how to use clay to make elf ears, so I'm going to do that with her. Was going to dye her green, but I decided not to. Maybe I'll make little tusks for her as well, and just keep her non-green. And then just dress her in green outfits. We're gonna have to see how that goes, just playing around with different stuff. And a lot of this Dungeons and Dragons character creation that I'm doing, I'm just kind of trial and error, learning as I go. I love crafting, but I've always been like, well, I'm not talented enough to make that, so I'm not even gonna try. So I'm like, you know what? Forget that. I'm gonna document the process of me trial and error, trying different things, learning from my mistakes, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and documenting it for this channel. So yes, I am finally going to work on that. So yeah, that's Betty here. So she's a half-orc fighter, and I'm gonna show you Verity Justice. So this is Verity Justice, my Tiefling Paladin character, and she has these little horns that I made. I have a YouTube short which shows you how I made those. It's really simple. I just use wire and some black yarn and just wrapped it around, and I have a video on that. Is it absolutely perfect? No. Would I do it a different way? Maybe. I might change it up in the future, but I think this is good for now. Added some cute bows because they're American Girl dolls. This is good. The cuteness is part of it. But she's wearing this this long sleeve shirt because I'm working on armor for her right now. That is what's going on behind the camera on my table back there. Is I am currently waiting for paint to dry on some armor I made, and that's gonna be a YouTube short when I'm finished that. So yes, working on armor for this doll here, and just trial and error. I think it turned out better than I thought. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Once the glue dries, once the paint dries, once all that stuff dries, we'll see if it actually worked out. And there's other pieces I'm going to add to it as well. So when it comes to creating outfits for dolls, the Dungeons and Dragons characters are one example, but I also have lots of other dolls as well. For example, I have Little House on the Prairie dolls, and as well, Kirsten, Marta, those, my Pioneer girls, I make a lot of clothes for them just because that kind of fits the style. They would have worn more simple clothes, and that's kind of at my skill level. So I would love to make them some more outfits. So maybe once these dolls are done, or maybe if I'm done with fantasy clothes and I want to make more stuff that I am comfortable making, I just need time to sit down and do it, then I will make some Pioneer outfits as well. Can't think of any other examples at this time, but I'm sure there's some examples. And I always come up with ideas of like, oh, I would love to make a Renaissance outfit for Caroline, or not Renaissance, Regency, like Bridgerton. I come up with all these ideas and I just don't give myself time to make it. Now, moving into the new year, I did leave my part-time job, so now I'm just working a full-time job and YouTube. So YouTube is now my part-time job, when before it was like I had a full-time job and a part-time job and YouTube, which was a lot. But now I just have YouTube. So that might give me some more time to focus on YouTube videos, to just allow myself to think and breathe. And, you know, YouTube and creating outfits and things like that require a lot of creative brain power. So now having a little bit of breathing room is good, because now I can actually come up with ideas and now get around to doing those creative projects. So yes, goal number one, buy more clothes for my dolls. Also make more clothes for my dolls as well, which I've actually already started. So I guess we're off to a good start. Now, the other 3 goals, and if I think of anything else, I'll say that as well. But if I were to get dolls, these are the kind of the 3 goals that I would have. So first, I would love to complete my historical American Girl collection. So I have about 4 dolls from the historical line that I do not have. For example, I think it is Addie, Rebecca, Ruthie, and Melody. So those are the 4 dolls I'm missing. Now, technically, I am missing Ivy, but I have a Truly Me 40 who I'm using as Ivy, because the proper Ivy, she's so expensive, and I don't want to pay Ivy prices for a doll that I'm not completely in love with. I'm not the biggest fan of her haircut, so I use my Truly Me 40 as my Ivy in my collection. Now, if I did find an Ivy at a thrift store or Facebook Marketplace or on eBay for a really good price, I would purchase an Ivy. Or if I just get to a point where, no, I really want to complete my historical collection accurately, then I would get an Ivy. I also have a Julie who's a thrift store rescue who has a haircut, so her hair isn't as long and as beautiful and just silky smooth as a brand new Julie would be. And Julie is quite easy to find on eBay, so I might get a new and improved Julie, but for now my Julie is fine, and I'm just gonna use her up and you know, not buy an Ivy. So yes, or buy a Julie. So yes, I have just Addie, Rebecca, Ruthie, and Melody left in my historical collection. Now, that doesn't say anything about how much I love those dolls. For example, I've loved Addie for a long time, but Addie is so hard to find on the secondhand market. I might just have to buy her brand new from American Girl. That might be in the future as well. But I know Rebecca I can get secondhand. Melody, maybe. Ruthie, again, is going to be an expensive doll, and I love Ruthie, but I've just never seen her for a great price, and been in a time in my life when I've been able to purchase her. I also think with my historical collection, I have the dolls that I really want, and I got them, well, I got Nellie and Cecile fairly early on in my doll collecting journey as an adult. Those 2 dolls are super important to me. There's other dolls that I received as a child, which are some of my favorites, like Marie Grace and Caroline I really like as well. So yes, those dolls I really wanted and I got them. Mary Ellen is up there as well. I do really like Mary Ellen, but I got her a few years ago. And then also Nikki and Isabel are some of my favorite historicals as well, but I just recently bought them for myself for Christmas and I unboxed them on this channel. So yes, those, I probably have to say those are probably my favorite historicals, would be like Mary Grace and Cecile, Nellie, Mary Ellen, and Nikki and Isabel. Caroline is up there too. Elizabeth is also very cool. As you can tell, I'm a super fan because I love a lot of these dolls so much. So the dolls that are really important to me, I have them. So yeah, it says nothing about whether or not I like those historicals. It just says everything about how I can find them for affordable prices on eBay. So the next thing I would love to do in my collection is to finish my Maplelea character collection. So there is only one doll from the character line from a Maplelea that I do not have. And that is Charlesy, which is surprising because I mean, I like all the Maplelea dolls, but again, it's one of those things I was able to find the other Maplelea dolls off of Facebook groups. So the Maplelea collection filled up fairly quickly. And I also have many, well, not many, I have 3 characters that I have duplicates of. I have 2 Leonis. You can see the one, you can see the 2 Leonis here. So this is the Leonie, first edition Leonie, who I unboxed on this channel, did a comparison on my channel. And then I have my Leonie that was gifted to me by Maplelea when I did a video with them in the summertime last year. Then I have 2 versions of Taryn, which I bought at the same time I bought my first edition Leonie. And I have 2 versions of Sila, one of them being a first edition Sila. The first edition Sila I got at a thrift store very recently and did a few videos with them. My first edition Sila that you can see right there in the hoodie and the blue shirt, they are a boy doll. Do I have a name for them yet? No, I do not. Maybe that's another goal for this year, is coming up with a boy doll name for that character. Maplelea would love to complete my Charlesy, or my collection with Charlesy. Will that happen this year? Maybe, who knows? Seems likely that I can do that. I would love to add her to my collection. She has so many cute pieces, and also she has brown hair and blue eyes. I have brown hair and blue eyes, and I always love dolls with brown hair and blue eyes because when I was a kid, I would always want a doll that looked like me. And at the time, Charlesy didn't exist for Maplelea, and there was just Taryn, and I chose Taryn because she had brown hair like me. So she was the closest look-alike doll, because when I first got into Maplelea, they only had the 4 main characters of Taryn, Jenna, Alexi, and Brienne. And that year that I got into it, a few months after Leonie got released. So that was really cool that I got to experience Leonie and Sila's release. Wasn't into dolls when Charlesy came out because she came out when I was in high school, so I wasn't into dolls. But maybe Maplelea will release another character. That would be really cool. I wish that would happen. And hopefully I can witness the release of that doll because that would be so much fun. Also, another major goal I have in my doll collection for 2025 would be to buy one of the American Girl Disney dolls. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, maybe it's a controversial opinion, I don't know, but I do like the Disney Princess dolls. As you can tell from the beginning of the video, I'm a huge fan of fantasy, and American Girl is never going to release a Dungeons & Dragons American Girl collab because American Girl is owned by Mattel, Dungeons & Dragons is owned by Hasbro. And there might be some other fantasy things, like, yeah, there's Harry Potter. Not the biggest fan of Harry Potter for many reasons. And I haven't been a fan of Harry Potter since I was a kid. I just didn't enjoy the books. I have enjoyed other fantasy books. Harry Potter wasn't really my thing for several reasons. You know, if they released Lord of the Rings dolls, that would be cool. But anyways, I'm a huge fan of fantasy, so I think the Disney Princess line might be the closest thing we'll ever get to a fantasy princess line, which is fine. So the Disney dolls are really cool. But the thing is, they haven't released a Disney doll that's in my price range that I'm interested in. Now, the Elsa and Anna Frozen dolls, collector dolls, so cute. Would have loved them. They were just out of my price range, especially if you convert it into Canadian dollars. That would be just too much money. Same thing with the Belle doll. That would be another doll I would consider. But again, $300, American is like 300 or 450 Canadian. So if not more. So yes, it's a little bit out of my price range. I'm not spending that much money on one doll. So yes, I would love a Disney playline doll of Elsa and Anna and Belle. Another doll I would consider is Merida from Brave. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I have to double check every video I make mentioning her name, because I got so excited when I did this video where American Girl was hinting that this doll would be released. I did a Mary Grace Spills the Tea episode on that, and people were like, that's not how you pronounce her name, and I felt so bad. And so yeah, now I have to research it every time I do one of those videos mentioning her name. But I love the character. I love the concept of character. She's very, very cute. Any doll that I've seen of her, like those fashion Barbie sized dolls, love her. Love that movie when it first came out. I love the aesthetic. It was just such a fun movie. I remember it coming out. I saw it in theaters when I was a preteen and really enjoyed it. So that is another doll I would consider getting. I would also consider getting a Raya, because that is another one of my favorite Disney princesses. Love that movie so much. So underrated. So sad that not too many people saw it. Was that because I think it might have been during the pandemic when that movie came out. So yes, dolls I would consider getting from the Disney Princess line: Playline Belle, Elsa, Anna, Merida, and Raya. I'm trying to think if there's another doll that I would consider getting. I do really like the Rapunzel doll, the Playline Rapunzel doll that has been released, because she's just beautiful, and I see people post her all the time on Instagram, and I have some serious FOMO, fear of missing out, if you don't know what FOMO means. But yes, I see her and I'm like, oh, she's so gorgeous. I would love her, but not right now. I have lots of dolls that I can take photos of. I don't need any more dolls at this point. So yeah, I would love to get at least one Disney doll in 2025 from American Girl. Some people are saying we're never gonna get a Playline Belle and we're never gonna get a Playline Elsa and Anna. How I feel about that? I feel like since they released a Playline Rapunzel after releasing a collector version of Rapunzel, I feel like anything's possible. Now, if this line is super unpopular, then I could see people or American Girl canceling it and not doing any more dolls. But so far, what I've seen a lot of people purchasing these Disney dolls. I think it's a perfect mix because you have some people who are fans of Disney buying these dolls and some people who are fans of American Girl buying these dolls. And of course, there's people who are fans of both. But I think it is drawing some new people into American Girl and enjoying American Girl, who maybe weren't fans of American Girl before, but now really like these Disney dolls. So I think it was a smart business decision, and I think the line has been successful. So I think they are going to release more dolls soon. Hopefully we'll have the whole collection of the Disney dolls. That would be so much fun. That would be a dream. I would love that. I would love to have all the Disney princess dolls, but I don't know if that's responsible. So yeah, that's why I haven't bought any of the Disney dolls, because yes, in a fantasy world where everything happened and everything was rainbows and sunshine and I had unlimited money, then yes, I would buy all the Disney dolls at this point and then buy any Disney dolls that release in the future. Do I want to start that and then not complete that? Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. So yes, waiting until there's some dolls that I really like, then buying the Disney dolls. I'm not just gonna buy Disney dolls for the sake of buying Disney dolls. I'm gonna buy characters that I really enjoy. So I've been talking for way too long. My camera ran out of storage, so I had to rearrange some things just to be able to film this outro. So thank you so much for watching. That has been my 2025 doll collecting goals. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more doll collecting videos, mostly about American Girl and Maplelea. Make sure to also follow my Instagrams. So I have Just Dream Studios, and then I also have my Aesthetic Pink account, which is Just Dream in Pink. So you can follow both of my Instagrams. Link will be in the description box below. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Let me know what is your 2025 doll collecting goals in the comment section below. I would love to hear your ideas, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.